Blondie! Blondie! Yoo-hoo! Before we join the Bumsteads of Shady Lane Avenue, let's gather around the bandstand for a curtain raiser from Lisa Adrian. Raise that curtain, Lisa!
Though April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that bloom in May. So if it's raining, have no regrets, because it isn't raining rain, you know, it's raining violets. And where you see clouds upon the hills, you soon will see crowds of daffodils. So keep on looking for a bluebird and listening for his song. Whenever April showers come along.
Thank you, Lisa. You know, folks, these days it's hard to find good, quality, affordable entertainment that the whole family will enjoy. Life goes by fast, and the money can roll out faster than life. Well, look no further, friends. Blondie is being produced and sponsored this week by your very own Watertown Players. The Watertown Players have been around for over 30 years, producing well-known, quality entertainment at extremely affordable prices. You may have seen such wonders as Bye Bye Birdie, State Fair, Rented Christmas, Marvelous Wonderettes, and Into the Woods Jr., just to name a few. The Watertown Players makes its home at 210 South Water Street in the market, right here in downtown Watertown. The Watertown Players, dedicated to enriching the lives of those in this and surrounding communities through creativity, expression, and fun. And now, it's Saturday morning at the Bumstead homestead. Breakfast time again, and Blondie hovers between the stove and the table where Dagwood sits.
There's your coffee, Dagwood.
No egg this morning?
Oh, yes. See, I'm just going to fry you an egg. There.
Well, I don't know that I can wait for it, Blondie. Look at the clock.
That clock's wrong. 10 minutes fast.
Oh, then I've got more time than I thought I had. Say, the clock in the bedroom must be fast too.
Yes, I set them both ahead.
Oh, what? What did you do that for?
To get you up earlier. I wanted you to eat breakfast sitting down for once. Here's your egg. Now, eat it slowly. Enjoy it.
Well, I don't think eating slowly is going to agree with me. I'm not used to it.
Well, just try it once. You might like it.
I don't know. It makes today seem like Sunday. It'll probably throw off my whole week.
Now, Dagwood, it's much better for you. I read an article that said that a good many people fail in life because they don't start the day with a nice warm breakfast.
Well, I didn't get my raisin bonus by fooling around with breakfast. And look at my father. He did all right without eating breakfast. Why, my whole family were breakfast missers.
Oh, Dagwood, all of them?
Every one of them. You know my Uncle Luke?
The rich one? Was he a breakfast misser?
Was he? Why, my Uncle Luke was 38 years old before he ever heard of oatmeal.
Now, Dagwood, you're making that up.
No, sir. It's a fact. My uncle had his 38th birthday and retired and got married all in the same day. He married an actress and stopped at a theatrical hotel. So my uncle went down to lunch and they were still serving breakfast, and they brought him orange juice and oatmeal before he had his eyes open. He sent them both back. Said he couldn't eat French cooking.
Well, I notice you've eaten all that egg, though. I guess that will do you more good than 10 minutes longer in bed would have done.
I don't know. That last 10 minutes in bed is when I kind of get organized. That's when I think over what I'll say to the boss, and what color socks I'll wear today, and things like that. You can get a lot done that way. 10 minutes a day adds up. Let's see, that's 72 minutes a week.
You can't count Sundays. You don't get up and go to work Sundays.
Well, 60 minutes a week. That's an hour a week. That's 52 hours a year.
Yes, and all wasted in bed. Want some more coffee, dear?
Nope, I used up all the cream. Let's see now, 52 hours.
Well, my goodness. There's more cream in the refrigerator.
All right, let's see, how many days in 52 hours? 48 hours is 2 days. No, I'd be asleep part of that anyhow. Let's see, 8 hours working a day.
Oh, dear. This icebox is so crowded.
6 eighths are 48, and 4 hours over, that's half a day. That's a week right there.
Dagwood, could you?
Wait a minute. No, that's 5 full days and 1 half day. Saturday, that's a week.
Dagwood.
So 52 hours is a week and 1 day over. What, honey?
Help me with this. Take this cream bottle. My arms are so full.
Yeah, sure. Just a minute.
Hurry, Dagwood. Some of these things are slipping.
Hold it, Blondie. Hold it.
Quick, the butter.
I got it. I got it.
Oh, my goodness. Another minute and they would all have been on the floor.
Well, why didn't you want to take all of those things out of the icebox for? You only wanted some cream.
Well, just look inside that icebox. There's no room for anything. You have to take 6 things out to get at 1.
Well, why not have the one thing you want to get then in front?
That would be fine, Dagwood, if you always wanted the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
We really need a bigger icebox. Please, Dag, let's put these things I'm holding back inside.
Oh, well, let's see. If we take out this half a watermelon.
No, Dagwood, don't take anything else out. There isn't any more room outside.
Say, you know what, honey? We need a bigger icebox.
I think you're perfectly right, Dagwood. Why didn't I think of that?
How much would a bigger one cost?
Oh, goodness, quite a lot. But there's an ad in last night's paper, though, about a place on Main Street where they have bargains.
Well, we have my bonus money.
We ought to save that for a rainy day.
But you'd like a new refrigerator, wouldn't you?
Well, if we could afford it.
Uh-huh. Well, we'll think it over. Oh, gosh, look at the time. Now I'm almost late again.
No later than usual, dear. But you'd better be on time today. It's payday, isn't it?
Saturday. Yeah, half a day today. Dithers won't even come in at all. He'll be out playing golf. Pretty soft for that guy. Say, and you know what? Since I landed that Haslip deal, he's driving a new car.
Well, someday you'll be doing that too.
Yeah, I've been thinking about a new car. Gosh, I saw a beauty the other day. Second-hand, but you'd never know to look at it.
Maybe you'd know it to run it, though. That's when you find out just how second-hand a car is. When you get it away out of town somewhere and it begins to sound like nails on a tin roof.
Yeah, but I bet this one I saw in the window is a dandy, though. Boy, it would feel great to take you and Baby Dumpling out riding again.
You do want a new car terribly, don't you, Dagwood? I wonder...
Wonder what, Blondie?
Well, we have got that bonus money, and we're only young once, and, well...
I don't know whether we could get anything on a new car we have now.
Why? Don't they trade in second-hand old ones for second-hand new ones?
Why, how's that again?
Well, I mean, if they'd take in our old car on a brand new one, why wouldn't they trade it in on one that's second-hand itself?
Maybe they would. Only I don't think they'd like it when they found out the car wouldn't run at all anymore.
Was it that stuff you put in the oil, Dagwood, that stopped the car?
Yeah, but I'm not wholly to blame for that, Blondie. I just mixed a little Vaseline in the oil to keep it from getting thin so fast. But then you came along and...
I know, dear. But when I saw it simmering on the stove, I thought I'd help you make it thicken.
What was that stuff you put in it?
Just a little Winky Jif mixture. It's marvelous when you want jelly to gel.
Well, anyway, the crankshaft looks like a candy pulling machine now.
It's all my fault. Where did you see that second-hand car you liked so much, Dagwood?
Down at Happy Jack's on Grand Avenue. It's in the window, but it's no use talking about that car. The icebox comes first.
Oh, I don't know. It's your bonus money, and if you want a new car, are you coming home at noon, Dagwood?
Well, I might be a little late. Why?
Oh, I was just thinking I might go out a while myself this afternoon. I've got a little shopping to do.
Excuse me, madame, but I saw you looking in my window, and
I was just looking at that little car there.
You mean that special job? That magnificent little Sport Deluxe convertible cabriolet?
Well, I mean that orange-colored one.
Pardon me, lady, not orange. Don't say orange. Why, that color is unique. We call it Ashes of Old Tangerine. Come right inside, madame.
Well, I want to be sure this is the right place. You see, my husband has been looking at a certain car.
Of course he has. I've seen him. Mr.
Bumstead.
Bumstead, of course. Glad to meet you, Mrs. Bumstead. My name is Mr. Jones, better known in the trade as Happy Jack.
I guess this is the place. Those other signs across the street mixed me up.
My competitors, all imitators, all trying to copy Happy Jack. Look at those names. Smilin' Sam? Grinnin' Gus?
And Laughing Lorenzo. My goodness. Do they all sell second-hand cars?
They're all junk dealers, madame. When I see an innocent victim entering the doors, it gives me heartburn. Come right into my little salon, madame.
Well, I'm not sure I can really buy that car.
No force. No pressure used here, madame. Just slip into that seat behind the wheel. A little oil on that hinge would eliminate the slightest sound. Now, imagine yourself out in the open, driving along in this pearl of slightly used cars.
Just how slightly has it been used?
I'm glad you asked that, lady. This car is hardly used at all. You see, it belonged to an old lady. She just rolled it back and forth a little, just to drive to the market and home again.
My, she must have lived a long way from her market. This speedometer says 80,000 miles.
What? That should have been fixed. I mean, that can be fixed. That speedometer is broken, you see.
Oh, well, if it's broken, of course.
I'll put in a new one with fewer miles on it.
Well, how much are you asking for it?
I'm almost ashamed to mention the price. $795, plus tax, of course.
Oh, that's more than we can pay. Why, a new car only costs...
Please, don't mention new cars. I wouldn't handle them. How do you know what you're getting till it's been tried? By someone else. And as for price? Well now, lady, Happy Jack is never happier than when he's shading the price a little to benefit a customer.
Oh, is that so?
It's the truth. Why, I wouldn't lie to my own mother. Now, just how much can you pay?
Well, maybe 500 at most.
Oh, lady, I'm entitled to a little sunshine too, and 500? No.
Well, then I guess we can't get together.
Wait a minute. Wait. This is so completely the car for you. It suits you. And your husband would be so disappointed to see it go to someone else. Now, if you only had a car to trade in.
Oh, we have.
Now you'll see a sample of Happy Jack service. I'll make a trade-in on your old crate that you'll never forget. Now, what kind of car do you have?
A Whimsy 6.
Oh, that's too bad. We can't move that Whimsy 6.
Oh, how did you know? I'm sure you could make it run.
I can make anything run. For a while. I mean, you can't sell those Whimsies. Why, In my family, we never allow the name to be mentioned on account of my father.
Your father?
One of the greatest salesmen of all time. He made a fortune with a dry ice concession in Alaska. That's the kind of salesman he was. But when he tried to sell a line of whimsy cars, he went broke.
Well, that's the kind of car we have. So if you won't trade it in, I'm just wasting your time.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I didn't say I wouldn't. I'll take your car and sell it for junk.
How much will you allow us?
$100. I'll just tow $100 out to the scrap pile and forget it.
One from $7.95. That's still too much. Well, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Wait. I'll knock off my whole commission. Make it an even $600.
$500 is my limit. Laughing Lorenzo across the street has one
That
for...
bandit. Don't go near him. Listen, could you pay cash?
Oh, yes. For 10% off, we will pay cash.
It's a deal. $500 cash.
Why, no. $500 was my price. 10% off makes $450, doesn't it? I'm so bad at figures.
Yeah, you're practically helpless. Well, I'm not money mad. All right, $450 cash. Give me just a small deposit. Just a matter of form. Anything you happen to have in your purse. Say $100.
Oh, my goodness. I never carry that much. I'll give you $10.
$10?
And the balance at 5 o'clock tonight when you deliver the car.
You want it delivered?
Yes, please, at 5 sharp.
Well, Okay, I'll be there.
Don't be late. I want to surprise my husband. Oh, and bring some extra gasoline.
Gas? For what?
Why, to put in our old car, in case you can get it started. Bye!
This episode of Blondie is being produced and sponsored by the Watertown Players. The holiday season is just around the corner and will be here before you know it. The Watertown Players have 2 great ways to celebrate. First, in November, A Wizard of Oz Christmas, the annual Christmas play at the Octagon House Museum located at 919 Charles Street here in Watertown. Then in December, the Watertown Players Youth Theater will be presenting Elf the Musical Jr. in pre-recorded virtual form. This hilarious fish out of water comedy follows Buddy the Elf in his quest to find his true identity and to help all those around him remember the true meaning of Christmas. Elf the Musical Jr. will be released on December 11th to the world. For further information on the Watertown Players, please follow the group on Facebook. The Watertown Players, dedicated to enriching the lives of those in this and surrounding communities through creativity, expression, and fun. And now, returning to the Bumsteads, we find Dagwood standing uncertainly just inside the portal of a certain store on Main Street.
Something I can do for you, sir?
Why, you sell refrigerators here?
Well, we keep trying.
My wife saw your ad in the paper and...
Oh, that ad. Yes, that's given me a lot of trouble.
Was something wrong with the ad?
Well, it's just that I look at the prices in the ad, and then the prices on the tags of our goods, and I don't know which to believe.
Well, I don't want an expensive icebox. I just want one with more room for sandwich material. You know, liverwurst, ham, cheese.
Oh, a delicatessen special.
No, there's just 3 of us in the family, and not counting Daisy the dog.
Well, here's a real cute family unit. Just stand over here and take a peek inside.
My, that seems pretty roomy, all right. Maybe a little too roomy.
Suppose company drops in. You have to think of that nowadays, and I can see you're the executive type with plenty of entertaining to do. Now, in this refrigerator, you can take care of the whole bridge party.
Well, we usually play in the living room. It's cozier.
Oh, I do love a man with a sense of humor. Oh, my. Just let me have your name for this slip.
Well, I'm not sure I'm gonna buy anything.
No, just in case. Name, please.
Bumstead. Dagwood Bumstead. But the icebox is for my wife, Mrs. Dagwood Bumstead.
What a lucky woman to have her helpmate buy her such a lovely gift. I often wish Herman was more thoughtful. Herman's my husband.
Maybe if you hinted he'd buy you one of these.
With what? Poor Herman only has what I give him. You see, Herman says there isn't any use in both of us working. Well, just sign here.
Well, I think I'd like to know more about this before I buy.
Oh, I just figured a smart man like you would know more about it than I did by this time.
Well, there might be one or two little things I overlooked.
Well, now I already called your attention to the capacity of this box. The lower rear portions provide ample space from 4 to 6 chickens, depending on wing spread, as well as special ham hook and the roost for a turkey. Now this here is an exclusive feature, the ball-bearing butter dish. And here's a built-in ice bag in case of a headache.
Wait, let me see that butter dish. That's convenient.
And ice cubes. Just look at this special right-angle ice tray. See? It slides out 14 inches and then turns, providing freezing area for additional cubes on the bias.
How many ice cubes does it make in all?
It makes 60 an hour, Mr. Bedstead.
Bumstead. I suppose that is kind of a hard name.
Oh, no. Mine's Yana France.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The name came with Herman, my husband. And speaking of Herman, I don't want to rush you, but Herman does get mad if I work overtime. He says he won't have me coming home to a cold dinner after he's spent all day over a hot stove.
Oh, how much is this refrigerator?
$225 cash. Or, as a special this week, $200 down and the balance in easy payments of $1 a week for 8 years.
Well, I'd rather pay cash, Mrs.
Just call me Lulu. Sign here, Mr.
Bumstead. And the box must be delivered by 5 o'clock this evening. I want to surprise my wife.
I'll have it there if I have to carry it in person. We have to ask a deposit of 10%.
Well, I just got paid today, so, here is $25. Take the refrigerator around the back way, and remember, 5 o'clock sharp. What time is it now, Blondie?
Why, it's just 3 minutes to 5.
You sure it isn't past 5? Are the clocks still fast like they were this morning?
Oh, no, dear. I set them back. I wanted to be sure of the time this evening.
I noticed you kept looking at the clock.
Well, my goodness. You've asked me the time every few minutes since you got home at 4:30. What made you so late, Dagwood?
You'll see at 5 o'clock.
5? Dagwood, what's going to happen at 5? Do you know?
Sure I know. I ought to.
But how did you ever find out? Did you see me buying it?
Oh, no, What? Buying what?
Oh, so you don't know?
Say, what did you buy, Blondie?
Oh, something you'll like. Wait and see.
Something Oh my gosh!
What is it, dear?
Well, I bought something too. You know, it's what we talked about this morning.
Oh, Dagwood, so did I.
Gee whiz. Say, we can't have 2 of them. Gosh, I'm sorry, Blondie.
I paid $10 deposit on mine.
I paid $25 deposit.
Why, that's pretty high, isn't it?
Well, it's a special job. They say it'll make 60 an hour.
My, it must be bigger than the one I got.
It's plenty big. Room enough to take care of a whole bridge party and hang a ham in the back.
Hang a... Dagwood, do you feel quite well, dear?
No, I'm worried. We can't keep 2 ice boxes in our little kitchen.
What? Was it a refrigerator you bought?
Certainly. What did you think I was talking about?
A car! That's what I bought. The car you've been wanting.
Blondie! You did? Say, That's swell.
And you bought me a new refrigerator. Oh, you darling.
Gosh, for a minute there I was worried that... Hey, how can we afford them both anyway?
Why, the car was only $450 after deducting the trade-in.
Well, but the refrigerator was $225.
That's a total of $675. And there's just $500 left of your bonus money.
Yeah, we can't afford them, Blondie. Well, the car can go back.
Oh, Dagwood, you wanted it so much. We can do with the old icebox.
No, sir. You'll be all tired just trying to fit things into that old icebox. And if we send back the car, we'll lose your $10 deposit.
Well, if we send back the icebox, we lose your $25 deposit. I hate to lose any of that money. There must be some way we can figure it out.
I don't see how. And there's someone at the kitchen door. Lulu in the icebox.
Lulu?
Sure, the woman that sold it to me. Lulu, something.
Well, I'll let her in. Happy Jack will be here any minute with the car.
Gosh, Lulu was right on time. I wish I could get to places on time. And that's Happy Jack, I suppose. He's on time, too. People like that make me nervous.
Sit still, my friend. Don't get up. I walked right in. Happy Jack never stands on ceremony.
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm sad, Bumstead. Sad and sick at heart. That noble little woman of yours slicked me today.
Now listen.
No offense. She put it over on me all fair enough. But when I saw that old crate of yours just now, I knew I'd never dare tow it back to my place. My partner would never survive the sight. Now, we are men of the world, Bumstead. Be a sport. Raise the ante on the car you're buying, eh?
I'd like to oblige you, but I'm afraid we can't pay as much as my wife thought we could.
What? Why, you couldn't offer less. Come out here, Bumstead. Just come out where this magnificent realization of the engineer's dream is leaning against the curb. Just let me run over the points of the car with you.
Well, all right, I'll go. But, well, there's no harm in taking a look at it, I guess.
Right in this way, Miss Yana France.
Mrs. Yana France. But I like to forget that. Just call me Lulu.
Well, all right, Lulu. Now, why, where's Dagwood gone? Oh, he's out front with that automobile salesman.
Buying a machine, too? My, I wish I could have a little car. Herman keeps asking for one. Herman's my husband.
Well, maybe when Mr. Happy Jack comes in, he has a lot of cars.
Is that Happy Jack down on Grand Avenue? Oh, I know him. He keeps coming into the store with his wife to look at refrigerators, but he's never bought her one yet.
He does? I mean, he hasn't? You want a car and his wife wants... Listen, Mrs. Lulu, listen. You said out in the kitchen you couldn't trade in our old refrigerator and take anything off the price of the new one.
I wish I could, but they don't let us trade down at the store. It's all we can do to sell what we have on the floor.
Well, never mind. I think I see daylight. Oh, come in, Dag. Come in, Mr. Happy. This is Lulu. Happy?
Well, now that's nice and friendly.
Pleased to meet you. Again.
Why, it's the little lady that sells refrigerators. You folks buying a refrigerator too?
Why, no, I'm afraid not. You see,
Oh, excuse me, Dagwood, but I've got a surprise for Mr. Happy and for Lulu, too.
You mean you're going to send them both things back?
Maybe not.
But Happy Jack isn't happy anymore. He wants more money.
Never mind, Dagwood.
But he won't take her old car and...
Please, Dagwood. Lulu can't take our old icebox either, and she's sorry as can be because it's a fine icebox, isn't it, Lulu?
Well, it's okay. Sure.
Now, Happy, how would you like to sell Lulu a car?
Huh? Sell? Why, that's what I'm in the business for.
All right.
Now look, Blondie, let's just tell these people the truth and...
Why, I'm going to, Dagwood. Now, Happy would like a refrigerator for his wife, but he wants one that he knows is good, just like the car he sells. Why, he told me himself today he wouldn't sell new cars because they've never been tried out. So what he wants is a used, just slightly used icebox.
Well, now, I'm not sure that.
And Lulu is the same way. She wants a car for Herman. She can't afford a new car, but she could afford one like our old one.
Well,
Now you're in the icebox business, Lulu. If you were selling our icebox, wouldn't you ask, say, $150?
Selling it? Oh, well, sure.
That's what I thought. And you, Happy, are in the slightly used up car business. Wouldn't you trade our old car for a $150 icebox that you need?
Would I? Why, sure. In a minute.
Okay, it's a deal.
Wait a minute. I'm dizzy. What's going on here?
Just a little friendly business deal. See? Lulu trades in our old icebox at $150. That's the price she set on it herself. But she doesn't take it back to the store. She trades it again to Happy Jack for our old car.
But
$150 is just what he allowed me on it today. So both things cost them $150 and they trade even. See?
But wait, Blondie, you're forgetting something. It wouldn't be fair to Lulu here. Why, our car won't even run.
Oh, yes, it will. After you told me this morning that it was just gummed up inside, why, I simply took some of my Wizzo and poured into it.
Wizzo?
Mm-hmm. That's what I clean drains with, and now the car works fine.
Wizzo, eh? I'll have to remember that.
Well, if the car runs, it sounds fair to me.
Me too, but just let me look at the old icebox of yours.
Take him out and show him, Lulu. And if you want that car, show him all its advantages.
Leave it to me.
My, the wife will be tickled if I bring her home a refrigerator.
See, Dagwood, everything's all right.
Is it? I'm kind of mixed up. But it looks to me as if we thought we hadn't saved anything. Why, they get our old icebox and our old car.
I know, Dagwood, but we got a trade-in allowance of $150 for the car off the price of the new one. And as for the icebox, we only paid $100 for that in the first place, and we've used it for years. That's $25 per year for using it. And think of all the meals we have had and the sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. Sure, that's all right. Say, are we really getting both the new icebox and the new car somehow?
Unless Happy Jack gets away from Lulu.
Well, folks, I'm satisfied.
So am I.
All right. Now Dagwood and I own a new icebox and a new second-hand car. Lulu owns our old car, and Happy Jack is happier than ever with our old refrigerator for his wife.
Wait a minute. I knew something was wrong. I've been doing some figuring, and look! We've got to pay Lulu $25 for the new icebox, less $150 for our old one, right?
Right.
And we pay Happy Jack $450 net for our new car, right?
Right.
That's a total of, wait a minute, $250 less than $150 is $75, plus $450 is $525. $525 total we pay out. And we've only got $500 to pay with, Blondie.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, Dagwood. We've forgotten that you and I've already paid out deposits amounting to $35. So that extra $25 you just mentioned, Dagwood, subtracted from the $35 they have, leaves $10. They owe us $10. Have you still got that 10 I gave you today, Mr. Happy?
I can see I'm not going to have it long. But, lady, it's worth it just to watch you work. Here's the 10. Come on, Lulu. Let's go before this fine little woman gets any new ideas.
Well, good night. My Herman's gonna be pleased with that car.
Well, Good night, folks.
Good night. Good night. And Mrs. Bumstead, if ever you get tired washing dishes, there's a place for you in my little used car salon. Good night.
Good night. Oh, Dagwood, you were so smart to figure out that business about the extra $25.
Yeah, and I was always pretty good at arithmetic. What'll we do with this 10?
Well, there's so much more room in the new icebox. We ought to lay in extra sandwich material.
Say, that's right. It'll look pretty empty if we don't. Come on, we'll hop in the new car and drive to the store now.
Oh, wait till I put on my hat.
Let's see now. I want some spiced beef, and liverwurst, and hogshead cheese. Oh, and I want a loaf of that long French bread, too.
Why, Dagwood?
Well, I'm gonna try a new sandwich. See, I'll slice the long French bread the long way, and instead of piling up my ingredients, I'll lay them along it side by side.
But how could you eat a long sandwich like that?
Oh, you eat it like a harmonica.
And so we leave Blondie and Dagwood of Shady Lane Avenue. We invite you to listen again next week when we join the Bumsteads once more. Next week's episode is entitled The Honeymooners. Sounds like a hoot and a half to me. This week's episode, Blondie Makes a Deal or Two, featured the voice talents of Patrick Grover as Smiling Jack, Tara Jones as Lulu, Blaine Landowski as Dagwood, and of course, Lisa Steffel as Blondie. This week's episode was brought to you by the Watertown Players. Don't forget these fine upcoming productions: The Wizard of Oz Christmas at the Octagon House Museum, and Elf the Musical Jr. being presented virtually in December. For further information, follow the Watertown Players on Facebook. This is your announcer, Jim Steffel, thanking you for supporting the Watertown Players and our weekly episodes of Blondie. For more information on how you can help fund these fine old-fashioned productions, please text Blondie to 44321. That's Blondie, Blondie, to 44321. Thank you and good night.